I am filming today to just show you a little bit of an intro to Canva, so canva.com. And by now, most of you are on our team right in here. We haven't added anything yet, but we're going to do that later in the week, I'm hoping. And to get you started on your logo project, first I want you to, kind of think about the logo that you want to make and play around with Canva a little bit. There's all kinds of different templates for things that are fun that you can make. It doesn't act exactly like Illustrator because you can't really draw. It's not like Google Drawing either. But hopefully we can get some simple kind of fun things. And first we're going to make a logo. So what I want you to do, once you're all logged in and everything, is go to create a design. And we're going to go under the suggested designs here, and we're going to create a logo, and that's going to bring you to a screen that has, wait for it, tools on the left side and your artboard right there in the center. Okay, here we go. There are all kinds of sort of choices that you can start with, templates, or you can go with a blank template also. If your logo is going to have maybe an athletic sort of theme, or just something really super modern, that's fine. Or you can just go with a blank one. You don't have to necessarily go with a template at all. You can take these and change them up, but I would love it if we took our drawings and added to those. So what I want to do is just kind of go through the tools. So there's templates there. You can add photos. They give you some photos here on the side that you can use, but that's not really what logos are about. There are different like kind of cool graphic elements that you could add. We're probably not going to add coronavirus things to it, but shapes are really nice to have. Frames, little fun symbols might be fun to add in, symbols that have little gradients in them. They have all kinds of different lines, other little foliage symbols and things like that, zodiac, and then drawn objects. There's more. Definitely you're going to just want to choose the free type of things, but my suggestion is that we start with our shapes. I don't necessarily want that. And it'll give you a really wide variety of just basic shapes, and you can change the color, manipulate the color within there. If you did a drawing and you want to import that, or if you did something that maybe was in Google Drawings and you thought, oh, I really want to use that as part of my template, what you want to do is come to uploads. And I have a little American flag, but I also stuck a picture of my sketchbook where I did some doodling and drawing with my initials in here and imported it. And then I played around a little bit. So I'm going to jump over to another page where I took one of those ideas, and it doesn't transform it for you. It's just kind of like right there on the artboard. You move it off of the artboard. It's not like Illustrator where you can still see it and keep it. I'm going to have to delete that later before I want to save. But I just used basic text, add a heading, and you can change up whatever kinds of color or size or font that you want. All these ones with a little crown, of course, are the ones that you would pay for, but the ones that are free you can have. And you can type a word in there if you want to. You can type just a letter, which is what I did with mine. Sorry, I'm getting in the way of myself here. I'm going to move that guy up here. And you can just play around with the size. You can drag the size to be a little bit bigger, or you can set it up here. So I'm going to start with an M. It's a little bit fancier than I think I like. I'm going to go with something a little bit more simple, because what I want to do is try and maybe manipulate it a little bit later. And then I'm going to try and click off of that, and I want to add another one so that I can turn each letter individually and not mess around with that. Okay. And then I want to go back to the one I just used, which is that. So I have a capital and a lowercase. This one looks like it needs to be bold to match this one. Let me see what this looks like if it's, yeah, that's bold too. So what you can do is kind of move your things around and create your logo. You can make a picture out of it, you can turn them, you can resize them if you want to, but adding onto them is a little trickier. We can try the different lines. I haven't really tried that or played around with that, but basically what I did was build up one of my ideas or two of my ideas based on this one, just playing around with the different fonts. I have the J and the M. I turned it on its side, and then I have just one of the circles that's in my little elements here to fit it in between. And there's all kinds of choices. You can recolor things too. And then I added another teeny tiny line in here so it looks like it's sort of cropped or behind some things or cut off. This one I used a little bit bolder elements. I started out with that square and then I tried to fit my J and my M in there, and then it left a little gap. It wouldn't go completely square, so I added my O down there for Monaco, M-O. So that's my other one. Now these designs, they're pretty, like the colors are a little bit boring, but if I wanted to go in and change up some of the things, let's click that one right, like the font color, I could go in and I think change that within my text, or you can change your shape colors. There we go. Over here you can choose whatever color in any palette you want. This one was kind of cool. Here's a thing that happens if you import a photo over here. What'll happen is it'll choose all of those different shades, values in your photo for your image, and so I picked a couple of those, but then I also picked some of these default neutral colors. And then you can pick your own if you want to. So now I think I have that circle selected. I could go in, and this is the background circle. I can pick that as my background, and then this guy shows up. So I think I want to change that to that same color so that it shows up that way. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to play around with the different type elements. And I want you to play around with shapes. You can definitely add all those little graphic things into your designs if you would like to, but I would like for you to create 3 different designs and put them into your slideshow. If you want to leave them all small like this and leave them on the same square, totally fine with me. If you want to download them separately and try them all on a different artboard and download them a little bit bigger, that would be okay too. So when you're finished, I'm just going to leave these here for the sake of just doing that right now. When you are finished, what you can do is hit your download button, and you can download as a PNG. That's a pretty friendly file. You can add those PNGs right into your document, or you can save them as a JPEG. Don't save them as a PDF, because then you're never going to get them back to start implementing them, and we're not ready for print mode yet, so we're going to get that in there. Okay. I'm interested to see what the GIF mode is. I wonder if we can make some kind of animated thing next, but that's how you would do that, and then you would download it and it would save to your desktop, and then you would put it into Google Drive. Okay, so have fun playing around with this new application, and I hope that you guys come up with something kind of really creative. I'm sure you all have different personalities and different things that you might want to add into it if you're really into sports. You're going to add your basketball into that, or whatever kind of colors are your favorite baseball team. If I have a student who's, races cars, and he would probably have the color palette and the number along with his initials on his logo. So really have fun with that. Make sure you save them. I'm going to suggest save them separately and put them up on your slideshow for next week.